Welcome to Season 2 of PvP Hardcore Iron Man. As explained at the end of the last series, I died through an unfortunate AFK accident, and now dontAFKidiot has been born. I'm going to quickly try and get through the skilling content at the beginning, with doing less Wintertodt and less skills in general, hopefully, and get onto combat as fast as possible. So let's get to it. Wrapping up the same early game as last time, again. Going to work on hit points quests, but this time, because I'm not going to stay as being a skiller, I'm just going to use magic to take out the Witch's House quest rather than going for the whole dagger. Thieving back up to 5, off to the cake stalls back in Hasidius, and also to finish up the hit point quest. More early hit points experience. Carrying on with copying my route from last time for now, but because I'm not going to bother with Wintertodt or skilling stuff in general, I'm only going to go to 20 thieving, as that's enough for silk stools, and I cannot be bothered grinding this out any longer. This time around, however, I'm going to have to do the Stronghold of Security before I do Witch's House, because I'm going to be maging Witch's House this time. So here's the Stronghold done. I think I'm going to go and buy a Chronicle, and then I'll probably get Daddy's Home done and use the remaining cash after that to get some runes. In a bid to save the small amount of money that I currently have, I'm going to pick up the 10 planks for Daddy's Home in the wilderness, so hopefully nobody will be about. I'm going to quickly gather up the 25 bones that you'll need for Demon Slayer to save going over to the dig site later. In the name of efficiency, I'm going to see if I can get Daddy's Home, Gertrude's Cat, and Demon Slayer all completed at the same time as each other. Well, Demon Slayer not completed, obviously, but to the point at which you can get into the boss fight. There's Gertrude's Cat finished, and here is Daddy's Home, getting teleport tabs. And to try and recuperate some of the losses, I'm going to go and sell off these bolts of cloth to the sawmill. And then I can use the money from that to buy a staff and some runes and go and get the Witch's House done. There is Silverlight. Now I just need to trigger the cutscene once and I'll be able to use this instant freely without having to carry Arclight about with me. Looks like I'm missing out on a sick drop party right now. See, I'm in Iron Man and can't go loot the lot. Here goes Witch's House again. Hopefully it doesn't take 40 minutes this time.
Won't you make up your mind? 'Cause I'm getting tired of overthinking every move you make. And I can help you decide who you're loving now, and how I'm not quite there somehow. My intuition says to give you up, but my heart can't easily let you go. I try to tell myself this isn't love, and I hate that I never really know if I should stay or be alone. I'm just waiting for the fight, but you won't even try to survive. You would rather keep it all inside, and I can help you decide.
Well, this time, quest only took about a quarter of an hour, but it did gain me 5 combat levels, which isn't great, but oh well. So that 26 hit points puts us outside of the range at which DFS Pures can one-hit us, and we are currently just below, by a 20th of a combat level, being able to be attacked by MSB Pures, so we're at a fairly safe point at the moment. So the plan now is going to be to get to 30 fire making, so that I can do Sea Slug, and that will get me the fishing required to be able to do the RD Easy Diary. Whilst I'm in the area, I'm also going to quickly try and get the rusty sword for the diary. A grueling 2 pickpockets later, I am done with that. Here's the end of Sea Slug. Now I can get the RD Diary done. Plague City completed. Mysteries Quest finished up. And Biohazard is the last quest for RD Easy Diary. Completed. And here is the Easy RD Diary. Arduin Cloak. Perfect. Just wrapping up 50 fire making here. Although I said I wasn't going to do Wintertodt, I think I've decided that whilst my health isn't too high, I'm still going to go and get to 66, because that's the level I'll eventually need for the quest cape, and I cannot be bothered with conventional fire making. This is the last thing needed for Wintertodt finished up, so I guess I can go and get some crates now. Finishes up the first solo, already up to 59 fire making, which is great, so maybe 1 or 2 more should get me up to the 66 needed. Also fantastic construction XP. Anyway, the crates. A lot of stuff. I really don't think it's worth getting the stats to get better things out of the crate. It didn't seem to make much difference last time, so I'm just going to open them. I don't really know why I teleported out then, because he can only use that special attack once every couple of minutes. There's a good cooldown on it, and he's not going to try and get any hit points experience by using something else. So I should have stayed, really. But I guess Hamgard knows the account name now. Now that Wintertodt is no longer an option for now, I'm going to start getting towards Fossil Island. So I'm going to do the jungle potion to get towards the herblore requirement for the dig site. Rather than brutally murdering poor innocent unicorns to get their horns to make some potions, I've decided to come down to the swamp quickly and gather up some tar so that I can quickly make... oh, mind. This should be enough to get to the 10 herblore, and now I just have to get up to 25 thieving and 10 agility. That's thieving. That is the last of the stats for dig site finished, so now I can go and get that quest completed. Dig site quest is now finished, so I think I'll go back to Wintertodt and try another kill and hope Ham isn't lurking anymore. That wraps up the second game. Got us up to 64 fire making, so I'm going to have to do one more to finish off 66. And... ooh, Pyromancer piece. That's very nice. Unfortunately, I've logged in today to do the final Wintertodt kill I need, and Pimp, or whoever that account is, was literally walking up to the Todd the moment I logged in, so I guess I'm not doing it now. I decided actually after all that I would hop and get 66 fire making still anyway and just hope that nobody turns up, and I think I'll finish off the solo up to 13.5k points because might as well once you got it started. That's the final Wintertodt kill. We got to 68 fire making in the end. Loot from the last crate, nothing fantastic. And I think the plan now is going to be to try and get back to Fossil Island. From the Wintertodt loot, we got a lot of cash, and we can use that to upgrade to some decent food in case we do actually get attacked by anything with reasonable DPS to it. The first things that I'm going to try and get done for Kudos is the Shield of Arav quest and Merlin's Crystal, because both of those give a 1000 XP lamp when you talk to the museum historian, and that will get enough hit points that I'll be out of one-shot range to MSBers, and hopefully I'll be maulers as well. After an absurdly painful 45 minutes of trying to explain this quest to somebody, finally, that's the Shield of Arav done. What a nightmare. Here's Merlin's Crystal finished up, and now I can go and claim the XP lamps in Varrock. I should give us our first Kudos. a grind to 100, as well as 2 XP lamps and more hit points levels, all the way up to 28. The very, very first inventory of these specimens, not only did we fill 3 of these, we also got an antique lamp. That puts us even closer to the next hit point level already. These lamps are meant to be 1 in 100, but in the second inventory I've already got another one, so that's 29 hit points now. And third inventory lucky, clean necklace already. We have completely lucked out at this, so luckily I can stop here now and move on to other things to get kudos. Now, before continuing with the kudos grind, it would be nice to use up this lamp on hit points, for which I need 30, and I'm only 1.1k away. The easy Karamaja diary would give a lamp for 1k of that, so I think I might manually train 100 XP, the 40 mining, and the 15 agility needed to get that done. Using the iron darts from cleaning finds, I've killed off a few goblins on the way to get a pickaxe. Oh, and it looks like I've run out of darts. There we go. And there's less than 1000 XP left now. So, before I train up the 40 mining, I am going to get the Night Swords done, so I can get decent XP from the water wheel, that's the word. But to do that, I'm going to need a red berry pie, so I'm going to knock out the first 2 stages, cook's assistant, and then recipe for disaster, so that I can use the chest and get the wheat to make the pie more easily. On the way over to the Incamdo Dwarf, I've decided that I might as well get the 15 agility requirements, and might as well go to 20, just so I don't have to come back to Draenor again in future. I've finished up the 20 agility and the Night Sword, and now I can get started with mining. I just inadvertently got 40 mining off coming through the rockfall, so that's the last requirement for the Easy Kramager diary. I can go get that done now. Whilst I'm in the area, I'm also going to get the first part of the Pirate's Treasure quest done, because that means you can instantly travel on the ships to Kramager, which would be very useful in the case of getting teleport blocked nearby. It would be a good escape. With all the health and magic levels that I've now gained, I am in range of MSBers, as you can see in this clip, and I do actually get chanced here if he'd hit higher in the 3 hits that he'd got on me. But this clip is a good demonstration of how useful the escape is, having done Demon Slayer to get into this cutscene. Here's the Pirate's Treasure, so now I can get on and off Kramager much more safely. Here is the Kramager Easy Diary done, and that lamp will get 30 health and mean we can finally get back this inventory slot and get to 31. Not a chance this time, but I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled because this guy is persistent, seems to be everywhere I go. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to pick up a better anti-poison, and then get the observatory quest done, and cross fingers that it's not going to give combat experience in a skill that I don't want. So, here's the part of the observatory quest where we have to hope that we don't get Virgo for defense experience, because I'd like to remain a pure for now. So, look through... And that's not Virgo, what is it? It's Aquarius. So we got lucky. The final quest after this that I'm going to have to do to get kudos is Haziel's Cult, which unfortunately takes place all around the exact area that MSB account is currently camping. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to do it just now. I think I'm going to give teleporting in a go, see whether he's still there or not. Yep, he's still there. After going to lunch and coming back, I managed to finish up Haziel Cult without getting spotted. So now I think that's all the quests I needed for kudos. If I just do the Hunter and Slayer thing in the basement, then I should have all of the kudos needed for Fossil Island. Here's the little museum mini quest or whatever it is finished up, which is enough kudos to do the quest and also some nice total levels. Whilst I'm on Corrend to do the step where you have to hand this into the Woodcutting Guild, I'm also going to try and knock out the Easy Corrend Diary for some more hit points experience and a slightly less used teleport to escape with. As I had to thieve from this stall for the Easy Diary, I figure I might as well stay here and get 38 thieving so that I can do Master Farmers. And here is the 38 thieving. Onwards with the diary. Turns out, after walking all the way over here, I've got the wrong bloody fishing rod. Here is the diary completed, and even more hit points experience. 33. Here is the conclusion of Bone Voyage. Sorry, Bone Voyage. We can now get some birdhouses started, which would be great for the hunter. And that's going to wrap it up for the first episode of the second season of PvP Hardcore Iron Man. I think we've made back most of what I had on the previous account once I had died, and should, hopefully, next episode finish off most of the skilling that needs doing and let me get started on combat.